Don't let yourself get fooled by a bad cup of coffee. I'm telling you, don't let it happen. I'm telling you now. If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, I got a little story I want to tell you. And there's a moral to the story. Years ago, when I was in the military, I was like 19 years old. And I remember it was my first assignment. I was at a small base in California. And I remember as the new guy, I was tasked with making the coffee in the morning for everybody in the office. But deep down inside of me, when they told me that I had to do that, I didn't want to make the coffee. I don't want to make coffee. I don't even drink coffee. I don't want to make the coffee. But I couldn't say that, but it's what I felt. And so when they insisted that I had to make the coffee, I already decided that I was going to make the worst coffee so that they would never ask me to do that again. And that's what I did. I made terrible coffee. And they were making fun of me and they were telling me, you don't know how to make coffee. And they were laughing at me. But in the end, I was the one laughing inside because I got what I wanted because they didn't ask me to make the coffee anymore. I even offered knowing what they were going to say. And they said, no, we'll make the coffee. You're not going to make any more coffee. And I was like, I got it. I won. And so you might be asking yourself, so why are you telling me this story? Well, I just know from coaching hundreds of entrepreneurs and also from having been a manager myself in 2 multinational companies that sometimes we have employees or people who work for us or colleagues of ours who don't want to make the coffee. They don't want to do what we ask them to do. And so thinking back to those days or that day when they asked me to make that coffee, what could they have done, the people in the office, to help me to make a better cup of coffee? But they didn't even do it. They didn't stand by my side. They showed me once how to do it. Once. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see entrepreneurs make. They explain something once to their employees and they don't get it and says, well, I'll do it. And you know why they do it? Because they said, nobody does it like I do. Yeah, but if that's the attitude that you have all the time, you're always going to be doing a whole lot of stuff. And they're going to be the ones, the people who are supposed to be working for you, they're going to be the ones who have life a lot easier. And you're the one working all these hours because you're doing everything that other people are supposed to be doing. And so they could have stood by my side. And so that's why I'm telling you this little story, is because if you have employees who are not performing like you want them to, if they're not doing what you want them to do, and this same concept goes for maybe you have kids that are doing the same thing. Well, ask yourself, what could you do to help them to get better results, to perform better? And one of the things that you could do is, or rather, one of the things I suggest that you don't do is to show them once, like those people in the office did to me, and then think that they got it. And then if they don't get it, and they say, well, okay, well, I'll do it. No, you explain it. You stand by their side while they're doing it. On the job training, side by side, make sure that they do it in the right way. Make sure that they put, in this particular case, the right amount of coffee in. Let it cook for the right amount of time, or whatever it is. I don't even drink coffee, and I didn't drink coffee back then. I don't drink coffee now. So I didn't really have any experience in making coffee. But think about that. The next time that you give a task, or if you have somebody on your team who's not performing like you want, think about this. Ask yourself, did you do everything that you could do to put that person in the position to be successful and to achieve the results that you asked them to achieve? And if not, then maybe you need to do some more side-by-side training. Maybe you need to stay on them a little bit more. All right? So like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to make you think. So if you want more of these kinds of little pieces of advice or little stories, then just click subscribe, and there's a lot more where that came from.